Okay, so we're going to run through some wake-up exercises. These are all quite simple. The main thing to watch out for is that not to force anything, same with the breathing. And the other thing is, if you're experiencing sharp pain in any of your joints, it's best that you stop, give that joint a bit of a rub and a shake and maybe a bit of a tap. And if the pain goes away, then you're fine to continue. If it doesn't, it's maybe a good time just to have a bit of a rest until that pain does go away. Okay, so don't force anything and don't work through sharp pain. The other thing is, we're trying to move away here from the superficial mind. Our energy's starting to move in. So just start to listen to your joints and your breathing and sensations throughout the body. Okay, so we're going to start down at the feet. Feet are close together for this one, hands on the knees. I'm just going to roll the ankles and the knee joint, both clockwise and anti-clockwise. And we're just endeavouring to get some energy and blood moving through the joints, just to wake them up, lubricate them and get them ready. Get them ready for the practice, but also get them ready for the day. So a dozen or so times in both the clockwise and anti-clockwise direction is good. Slightly wider stance and the same thing, just nice rotations. Just listening to your joints, hearing any noises or feeling for all the different sensations. Okay, then we'll come up into the hip. We're just going to stand into the right leg, make sure it's nice and stable. We can pick up the left leg, and again we're just going to rotate the joint, just get some energy and blood moving through the hip. Half a dozen or so on each side is enough. We do this side as well. Now we'll come up into the waist and hip area again. Just do some nice big circles. When you get to here, you can turn the abs on just to stabilise and protect the lower back. Keep going with some nice big arches. Clockwise and anti-clockwise, and again just a dozen in each direction is good. Just getting the energy and blood moving through the lower back and activating the abs. And then this time we keep the head still and just rotate from the hips. This one's often called painting the inside of a barrel. Nice big movement. This is a good one for stretching out the hip flexors here. Clockwise and anti-clockwise. Now we'll do a little bit of a stretch, so slightly wider stance. Just bring the right arm up and we'll move down the left leg. Just as far as you can go is good. Just stretching out the gallbladder channel here, small intestine channel up through the shoulder. And just hold this position for a couple of breaths. When you're ready, release down into the legs, so bend the knees to protect the back and then push up from the heels, off to the other side, same movement. Just go down as far as you can. Nice big stretch. Drop down into the heels and then push yourself up back into the middle. That's a good one to do twice, two to each side. Right, so we'll come up into the shoulders. This is a great exercise. I love this exercise for shoulder health. And what we're doing is we're actually rotating the shoulder from the joint. Okay, so it's the hand following the shoulder, not the other way around. Have the intent happening here. So we roll the shoulder forward, we roll the shoulder back. roll the shoulder forward, roll the shoulder back. This stretches out the tendons, but all the tendons in the rotator cuff being stretched. We've got the triceps, and at the front the deltoids and coracobrachialis. Moves energy through the small intestine channel, pericardium channel, heart channel. It's a great exercise. Gives the pecs a little bit of a stretch as well. So you do a dozen or so of those, have a little shake, and then we do another one out to the side as well, where we bring the fingers and the thumb together. This will stretch out the yang aspect of the forearm, so the colon channel, Sanjiao channel. And then as we breathe in, we lift, pull the hand all the way back and push the palm forward. And you'll feel a stretch down through the pericardium channel. And we do this on both sides. Big stretch. I like to do it with an out breath. And then breathing in. Come all the way back, pull your fingers all the way back and then push the palms forward, and that'll give you an extra stretch. And again, half a dozen or so of them is a good amount. Now we'll come back, we'll do another stretch, little stretch for the shoulders and the lower back. We'll start with the hands down in this area here. This area here is called the qua. And as we breathe in, we pull the hands back behind the body, circle them out in front of us. They come together just softly as we're breathing out. Breathing in again. Breathing out. You can see I'm sinking down through the heels of the feet as well. Breathing in. And out. Now there's a little change on this one. We get to here and we breathe in again and fold out in front. We breathe out, let the fingers come together, and we sink down. Just let the head hang, and we're going to roll the shoulders forward, roll the shoulders backward. Just twist from side to side, a little bit of activation in the lower back. Make sure the head's hanging nice and softly. Arms are nice and floppy. Come back into the middle, roll the shoulders again. You can swing them through the legs a little bit. And then once you're ready, just sink into the heels, push, and roll the spine up. It's a terrific stretch for the lower back and for the shoulders. Okay, the next part is we'll come up into the neck. We'll give it all a bit of a stretch. So with your left hand on the right side of your head, just gently pull the head to the side. Just listening for any sensations in the neck. Nice stable base to support the spine. And then we'll stretch off to the right as well. And into the middle. Nice and relaxed, nice and stable. Okay, we're ready now to do some tapping and some wiping. So we start on the face and the head, and just tapping with the fingertips, nice loose wrist, like you're tapping a drum, this sort of movement. This just helps to activate the energy and blood in the head and on the face, back of the neck. So you can do that for 30-40 seconds all around the face, all around the head, onto the shoulders, around the side of the head, around the gallbladder channel here. Give your hands a little bit of a shake and we'll do some wiping. When you're wiping, wipe in an upward direction. Okay, this helps stimulate the energy in blood upwards, keeps everything lifted up. Wipe right across the top of the head. Little shake. Push quite hard on the bones and on top of the eyes there and across the forehead. And we can do this, 4 or 5 times. And now we're going to do some tapping and wiping. So we're going to tap down the yang channels, which are the channels on the outside of the body more, and then we're going to wipe up the yin channels, which are the channels on the inside of the body. So start up high on the lower back, right up here. We tap down the outside all the way down onto the top of the feet, and then when you're ready to come up, wiping up the inside, right up high onto the chest. High on the lower back, good firm tap, and wiping up the inside. This helps to invigorate the chi and blood to move in the directions that the channels move. All the yang channels run down the body, so we encourage this movement down the body, and the yin channels run up the body, so we wipe up. And again, you do this at least half a dozen times. Then we'll also do a little bit of tapping in the torso, so just all around the rib cage and in the belly. This invigorates chi and blood into, the heart, lungs, the digestive area as well. And that's it, 20-30 seconds on each side is plenty, and you should feel all nice and bubbly and invigorated.